Alright. We are live. All should be doing the work of the intendedness. Okay? Alright. We're going into the world of clouds today. But also a world of many tutorials of the ungood variety. This game tells you basically nothing in its tutorials. So, that's gonna be fun. Thankfully, I have beaten this game 3 times. 3? I think 3. So I have a solid enough grasp on the fact that, the game's really slow for the first several hours of the game, including everything we'll be playing today and probably next week and probably the week after. Well, not week, but you know what I mean. I don't know if I'm streaming this next week, but I'm gonna stream on Friday. We'll see what I stream though. So yeah, welcome to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. We're gonna be getting this started here in just a couple minutes, but just to explain the schedule for this series, I am streaming every Friday now, if you were not aware. First Friday of the month is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, where currently we're playing through Future Connected. Second Friday of each month is Xenoblade Chronicles X. We, of course, did our first stream for that last week. Third Friday of the month, as you can tell, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And then for fourth, and if applicable, fifth Friday of the month, I'll just be streaming whatever. It could be additional Xenoblade, it could be the extra Paladins, Forza, could be more Master Duel. I could stream Mortal Kombat for all you know, alright? I could do whatever I want. It's Friday, but it's a day to stream. When Xenoblade Chronicles 3 releases, my Friday streams will become Xenoblade 3 until we have beaten the game on stream. So, that also, just to clarify, will include a day 1 blind stream of the game. So that's going to be a wonderful time. So, look forward to that in just a couple months' time. For now, though, we've been live for about 4 minutes, giving people some time to get in. I'm going to mute my mic and start up the opening cutscene.
We really do need to buy ourselves a new depth probe. The ping was off by 150 peds to the east. That's not gonna fly.
And what about the treasure, Rex? Was it in line with your expectations?
It seemed pretty solid. Didn't even have to reinforce it too much. Even with the labor costs, we should be able to turn a decent profit.
Honestly, it takes you 2 days to run the structural analysis. Yet somehow you can gauge the profits in an instant.
Don't go raining on my parade, Gramps. You know, I'm in the salvaging trade for the cash. A little business sense goes a long way. All right? Whoa! I didn't expect that. You've been living in this thing, big guy.
Rex.
No worries, Gramps. I think we know what's for lunch.
Starting things off with a perfect opportunity for a more joke, baby! Tutorial is terrible. When you're locked onto an enemy, you can pull out your weapon. Wow, it's a Xenoblade game. Still have auto attacks, but you can't use them while moving, and you have a cycle rather than just a static one. Arts work a little differently. They don't have cooldowns. They're punchy things. You can do cool stuff, and it's cool. Arts do things. That's the simplified tutorial. Punch, arts, do things.
An entire horizon of white. A sea of clouds. And at its heart, the world tree, piercing the heavens. This is the world we call home. Allrest. Story goes that when the world was young, everyone in Allrest lived on the tree, together with our divine father, the architect. According to the tales, it was a bountiful land. And the people there held the power to command even the heavens themselves. They called that paradise Elysium. But then, one day, we were cast out. Nobody knows why. Perhaps we angered our creator. Or perhaps it was something else entirely. All we know is we were forced to leave Elysium, to live here in Allrest, where it turns out life was pretty hard. But when it seemed like we would surely die out, the architect took pity on us, sending his servants, the Titans, to save us. The few of us who survived settled on the Titans, and we've lived in harmony with them ever since. But now those Titans are beginning to die out.
The brazier does my weary old bones much good.
You want me to move it, Gramps?
No, that's quite all right. Leave it right there.
Righto. Not another one. Been happening a lot lately.
More so than before.
I wonder if anyone was living there.
It seems not. And if there had been, they would have all left by now.
Makes sense. Hey, Gramps. Do you think Fonset Village will be gone too one day?
It would not be today or tomorrow, but one day, yes, it will fall.
And you too?
That's how it goes with us Titans. There's no way around it.
Eventually. There'll be nowhere left to live.
Sadly.
So, you Titans were born up there. Is that right?
So they say, for what it's worth. Mind you, I was born here on All Rest. As for my ancestors, who could say where they were born?
Can it really exist? This Elysium? And the Creator, who's said to live there?
A land of plenty atop the world tree. If such a place did exist, perhaps we could all live in peace, with no need for fighting.
Sure would be great. For everyone. Even folks in Fonset. If the Divine Architect can see us now, I wonder what he thinks. All right, back to making money. I think this haul should be enough for today. Oi, Gramps! Care for a little swim to the Argentum Trade Guild?
You're planning on selling it now? It's getting toward my bedtime.
Don't play the lazy old man with me. There's plenty of sunshine left.
Kids these days. No respect, I swear.
Why, if it isn't Rex? How's business?
Going all right, else I wouldn't be here.
Fair point. So, which one am I unloading?
We can leave that until I'm done negotiating. Shouldn't be too long.
Well, mooring is 15 gold per half day.
I'll have your gold after I sell the stuff, all right? Later!
Hey, hold on! You know I can't do credit! Does it every time, too.
No worry, I'm afraid.
Figures.
Awesome. This thing's huge, and it's not even a Titan ship.
And now the game's gonna tell you how to walk, and teleport, and bring up menus. And it's gonna tell you about the things that it tells you. So I'm just gonna skip through all that. We don't need any of that. You can change the map size. It's pretty
And
cool.
arrived.
Great. It's good.
What? That's it?
It's life, Mayor. There's still more than I give to non-friend. If you bring military supplies, then you get good price. ceasefire between Mor Ardain and Uriah not keep for too much longer, methinks. So weaponry is hot item. Well, what friend think? I'll make it worth your while.
I told you before. I stay away from that sort of thing.
Oh, it's shame. Reg's good salvager. Could be good way to earn pretty penny. Waste of talent, if you ask me. Anywho, where were we?
I'll take your offer. 200 now, and you know what to do with the rest.
Okie doodles. Sending monies to Coroner Fonset Village, is right?
Yeah.
Is a beautiful thing. Sending money home at such young age. I touched. Wish my own dum-dum little pond did same.
It's 'cause Gramps doesn't charge rent. Hey, hey! All right, I'm counting on you.
Roger, pleasure doing business.
Hello, Rex.
Papunin, been a while.
Rex looking high spirits? No, how say, yes, peppy.
Been worse? So, you got something for me? New job, maybe?
Something like that. By the way, Rex come from Fonset Village in Leftherian Archipelago, yes?
Yeah, that's right. Why'd you ask?
You should go straight to boardroom of chairman.
Wait, what's going on?
Chairman Banner asked for Rex by name.
The chairman? For me?
Thank you for accepting summons. I, Banner, chairman of Argentum Trade Guild.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
We hear from Papunin that friend is salvager of some renown. That being case, I have dincy-wincy thing to ask of Rex.
A request straight from the chairman.
Reward is 100,000 gold.
100,000?
Friend here, right? Actually, that just the advance. Another 100,000 provided upon completing job.
200,000 gold in total? I must be dreaming. I'll do it. I hereby swear to use every skill I possess to ensure this job is successful. I promise I won't let you down.
You agree without even hearing details of job?
Oh, right. What kind of job is it?
You really have skills for this?
Of course, I'll be fine.
If you say. Here, crew will explain the task. Bring them in.
Sir?
Drivers and blades. Whoa, they look so cool.
So, there's something that we want to haul up. There were some current shifts. It showed up in an uncharted area. But it's a long way down.
Nice. I like a good challenge.
Banner offered to assemble a team of veterans for this job. But this crew very picky. They want small, elite team and only from Letheria. That when Banner have stroke of genius. Should hire Rex.
Ha ha! You made the right choice.
A child salvager. Jen, don't tell me we're gonna have to hire some babysitters for this outing too.
What the hell? You look as much like a kid as I do, lady.
At least I wouldn't wet myself for the promise of a measly $100,000.
What are you trying to say?
Flux, was it? I implore you to excuse my lady's discourtesy.
Dromark, what have I told you about speaking for me? Shut
Drop
your...
it, Nia. Though I do see your point. In any case, it should be easy enough to make sure.
What? Ah! What are you playing at?
Well, well, well.
Malos, what good is it beating up a kid?
You said it yourself, didn't you? What if the kid's not up to
I
it?
said nothing of the sort.
You did think it, though, right? And anyway, now we know. You'll do right enough. Though you don't look like a driver. Where'd you learn those arts?
Gramps showed me a thing or two, even when I was little. That was his idea of playtime.
Well, you've got some skill, I'll give you that. Guts, too. Kid, you better work hard.
Friends are such rowdy bunch. Here is advance. Use to buy what gear you need, then go to dock on starboard. Banner has arranged excellent vessel for you there.
You got it.
So they give you all of the money, actually. This is pretty cool. You sell your thing for 200, then you accept the mission for 100 grand, and you actually have to go actually buy stuff to prepare. So that's a neat way of handling that. This is pretty neat. You know, didn't have to do that. Could have just said, "Oh, Rex did it anyway, you fool, you buffoon." Well, why would you think he wouldn't? But then he does anyway.
And that about covers it. All right, I'll see you later. Should be back in a day or two. Take it easy, Gramps.
That does not about cover it in the slightest. Why would you take a job you know nothing about? You don't even know who your employer is.
This came straight from the chairman, remember? What more do you need? Anyway, I'm off. You can take a nap while you wait.
Hey, come back here, will you? Rex!
I like to believe that Rex just doesn't say anything, walks up to Gramps and said, "Yeah, that's all the details, bye." And that's just the whole discussion. Also, Rex, you got quite the definition of having his permission. You know? So yeah, I have to go buy stuff now. Oh boy, the game's telling me about the icon at the top that it already told me about earlier. Yeah. Tutorials. But yeah, to explain a little more how combat in this game works, your auto attacks are more of a combo than they are a single attack repeatedly, like they have been in past games. And your arts operate on a cooldown that is based on hitting enemies with your auto attacks rather than being based on a timer. So, you know, gotta do the punchies. The problem, of course, being, and we will also equip this accessory. And I'll explain this in a moment, but no reason not to do that for now. The problem, of course, being that early in the game, this leads to a massive problem where early game combat is just ludicrously slow. Late game, it ends up being fine. Oh, I did not mean to be mashing through this. Oops. Oh well. A lot of things happen in this game in non-voice scenes. And it annoys me, actually. But basically, she told us she can't give that much money to her guy, so we have to give it to him directly. Wacky. But yeah, early game, it leads to some really slow combat. Once you get later on in the game and you can upgrade your arts to have shorter cooldowns and you have better blades and some other stuff going on that we'll talk about in a minute, because as always with these first episode ones, we're talking about all the stuff. You'll end up with some faster battles going down. Like, they'll be longer later, but they'll be faster paced. This is going to explain to us the salvaging mechanic. This is a really good way of making money, actually, once you get to certain spots in the game. You just go over to these.
I can't wait.
You press button, and you scream eternally. Ah! Most salvaging spots have the same 3 button prompts every time. Occasionally, they will be randomized. It depends on which location you're salvaging at. You get these chests, and you'll also sometimes get enemies, you know? Sometimes in life it's like if you had a donut. Also, that little circle that's happening whenever I'm using my arts is, it's a thing called, wow, I hate this game. It's a thing called canceling, and it happens when your auto attack connects. I'm gonna die. Oh no, I'm not. You're only dealing 15 damage on your own.
Why here?
Well, that was just unlucky. Like, just straight up unlucky. Of course. It's good. It's great. It could have not used the art there that it used, but it did. And now I don't get the chest. It's great. It's good. It's wonderful. It was terrible, but I'm going to tell you it was great, because then you give me free stuff. But yeah, you can get enemies, and the quality of the enemies and the chests will depend on some factors. One of which being the class of cylinder you use. He gave us silver cylinders. Those are better than normal cylinders, which he just gave us 3 more of. And then also different locations, of course, will have different chances for enemies and different kinds of enemies, and different drops from inside the chests, and lots of stuff that just ends up doing stuff and doing things and being stuff. And so that's how you do. As for... what was I supposed to buy here? Was it this one? Hold on, wait, I forget. I forgot. Okay, yes. I did it. So, the items that we're buying... you may notice that Xenoblade 2 does not have an equipment screen. There are a few reasons for this, the primary one of which being the accessories. We don't actually have access to pouch items yet for some reason. But accessories are a thing that you have, and after a while you'll get expansion kits for accessories, and basically once you've I think you have to run through New Game Plus to get it fully, but every character in the party will end up with 3 slots. And they do various things. The only one we have right now increases your HP by 24%, but they do all sorts of stuff. Only some of which is useful. That tutorial is explaining a neat little mechanic, where when you sleep in an inn, everything you do gives you a little bit of bonus experience. You can use that to level up anytime you want by sleeping at an inn. Inns are, of course, not very expensive, but after you hit a certain point in the game, you'll actually permanently have access to a free one. So that's neat. So that's neat. And, yeah. So if you're ever having a little bit of trouble, but you haven't been resting at your inn levels, always remember you can turn the difficulty down. And then on top of that... Okay, there we go. I have the pouch menu now. Okay. But on top of being able to turn the difficulty down, you can also do the inn and the experience. As for pouch items, a bit of a counterpart to accessories. They have different effects, but they have time limits. So, I mean, they exist. Those are terrible pouch items, though. And honestly, for the moment, I think we're just gonna not. There's also lots of side questing you can do. I'm gonna do this one because it's quick and easy. This side quest doesn't have a particularly interesting story, so I am just going to skip on through it. It's literally just 3 kids are like, hey, you want to play hide and seek with us? And Rex is like, yeah, I've got time. So, you know. So, you know. Can I actually get over there from here? I sure can. I can't get this, though. There we go. See how close that was before I went over the edge? Kind of wanted to not do that. So yeah, I did that.
Wheeling out the maelstrom for this. Banner sure has deep pockets.
Gawking at a boat. What are you, 12? Wait, maybe you are 12.
What's my age got to do with anything? I can tell an awesome feat of engineering when I see one.
You don't close your mouth soon, you're gonna swallow a fly.
What's their problem? We're nearly the same age. Also, you might want to watch where you stand. Otherwise, when we cast off, that rope will take your leg off.
Huh?
Gotcha!
What, you little...
Now look whose mouth's hanging open.
Rex, we're heading out. There's no one seeing you off, right? You got night watch. Till then, rest up inside.
Aye, aye. Later.
Don't worry about that. We don't actually have to do this. So that's how we progress. I love the fact that in that cutscene, Nia is like all freaked out when Rex is like, "Oh, that rope will take your leg off," but then immediately it cuts back, and she's standing in the rope again. Like, okay, I think that's gonna just end the exact same way, isn't it? Isn't it? Back up here. There are actually good pouch items available to us. I know I said the ones that it gave us so far are terrible, and that's because they are. But there are good pouch items available to us. I just won't be buying them yet. Because they're not necessary? So, combat's slow early game, but they don't do a whole lot early game either. Like... It's still going to be slow till we get access to chain attacking. That's not true. We can start buying a little bit before then. But, yeah. So if combat's looking like it feels a little slow, it's because it is. But if you can truck through it, 2 has some really interesting combat. It just ends up being my least favorite of the 3. Big boat. I don't think I have anything else I particularly want to do here, so why don't we get going? Why don't we get on the boat? The boat. So, this is a wonky part of the game where you have to talk to everyone. This is the actual requirement to progress in this part of the game. But gives you an interesting opportunity to get to know each of the 5 characters that are paying you such a chunky chunk of change. So, here we get introduced to the best character in the game. She's Cat Girl. Need I say? Oh, wait, hold on, wait. How do I move the camera? There we go. Need I say more? Cat Girl with Cat Companion. How do you top that? How do you top that? Tell you how. With a Beyblade. Get it? Because they're tops. Let's see what he has to say about anything. See, he's all nice and encouraging, and she's like, nah, you're stupid. But that's fine. I promise she becomes best character later on. So here we learn that where Rex grew up, scuba diving, apparently.
And arrived.
That's kind of funny. Dude, I don't know what's going on with his design, but it sure is going on. He has wings? I've never noticed that. I've never noticed that he has wings. Is that a compliment? Good question. That's fine. Names are overrated anyway. You can come up here. It's just kind of funny that you can do that. It's not really where you're supposed to go, but it's where you can. Time for progressing of the story.
That's the black ship from the harbour. Is it following us?
It's way too cold up here.
You?
I'll have you know I've got a name. It's Nia. They've started boozing below decks. You should join them.
Why aren't you there?
It's not that I hate it. I just really don't need a headache right now.
Huh. Good thing you're not a salvager then.
Why's that?
Swim like a fish and drink like one too. That's the salvager's code.
Sounds terrible. I don't think I'll be changing careers.
Probably for the best. Anyway, I bet you drivers earn a hell of a lot more than salvagers do.
So, kid.
My name's Rex.
Okay, Rex. Why did you start salvaging in the first place?
that there?
The World Tree. I don't get it.
You know, you find all sorts of things digging through salvage. Some of it trash. Some of it treasure. But all of it from people long gone. Have you noticed how there's fewer titans each day? I saw one go under just the other day. It was a pretty big one. There must have been loads of animals still living on it. Living space is running out, day by day. And sooner or later, we'll be the ones sinking down into the cloud sea. But up there, Elysium is waiting for us.
Seriously, kid? Elysium? Don't tell me you believe that gaff. So that's, why you're a salvager? It's just alive for children. And that there is just an overgrown shrub.
If there's a way to get up there, maybe it's hidden below the clouds. Is it really that crazy?
Seriously, though?
There'd be no need to fight over dwindling land and resources. No need to worry about our homes sinking away. Everyone could have peace and security. I mean, a dream like that, isn't that worth believing in?
Nobody can tell you what to believe, but... everyone, huh?
What?
I always thought people were pretty selfish by nature, but you...
Huh.
Do you have parents?
No. When I asked Gramps, he told me they died when I was just a kid.
Gramps? Oh, the same one who taught you to use arts.
Yeah. He basically raised me himself. He's not like us, though.
Not like... I'm not sure I catch your drift. But this Gramps of yours sounds all right.
Huh.
And you're all right too, kid. Not that different from me.
We're in position. All personnel, report to stations. Salvage team, suit up and proceed to hatch.
Your target is located inside a shipwreck 450 peds straight down. Searching the wreck while submerged is too high risk for our tests, so we'll be using flotation devices and cranes to lift the hull first. Next, you'll split into teams and explore the interior. Once the target is found, retrieval can commence. If that's clear, let's begin with attaching the floats. Get into position.
We're paying you lowlives a lot, so don't screw it up.
You smug so-and-so.
And submerge.
Is that it? It looks pretty ancient. Is that the propulsion mechanism? I've never seen one that shape before. Which country made this?
It's massive.
The appearance matches our reports, but it's what's inside that matters.
Object is secure. Proceed to second phase.
Excellent work. You're not half bad, you know that.
I do this for a living, remember?
All teams, proceed inside when ready.
Right then, let's get moving.
You with us.
Me?
You're gonna drag the kid along. Seriously?
Guess he thinks you need all the help you can get.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't just stand there. You've got your orders, haven't you?
So we now finally have access to our first chunk of party members. But we can still only play as Rex, so we can shuffle these three around. They're pretty cool. I'm actually gonna... How do I want to do? Who do I want to have in the party here? Yeah, this is probably gonna get us through here the fastest, so that I can get the most done in today's stream.
Let me show you what a driver can do.
So, yeah. These two do a bit more damage than Nia does, which is why I'm going to be using them for this area. And other reasons, well, mostly that, if I'm being honest. It'll just get me through the area nice and quickly. And just like that, we've killed a crab. Again.
Amazing! So that's how drivers and blades fight? So ruthless. It's like they're monsters themselves.
Nice. I'm sure glad these drivers are on our side. You too, Dromark.
No need to get hysterical. It was a walk in the park.
Yeah, but still.
That's enough yapping, you pair of brats! Let's move!
Talk about self-important.
Gramps always taught me to respect my elders.
Elders.
They make short work of monster. These no ordinary fighters. Big job in Moradane going well too. There's much money to be made from these people.
Ah, yes, the real villain of the story. Capitalism. Anyway, so we've just acquired our first new art, which brings us into this menu that I will be discussing eventually. Should be able to get to where I can discuss it this week, but just know that you're going to get access to a stupid amount of arts. You still have access to the lure command, although it's not the most useful thing in the world.
Let's show 'em a thing
Also,
or
there are
three.
sight and sound type enemies, just like in 1 and X. However, there's no way of actually knowing what you're dealing with in terms of sight and sound type enemies in this game. There's also another use for art canceling, for auto attack canceling into your arts that doesn't come up until a little bit later, so I won't be talking about it till we quite get there. There's actually quite a bit we don't get access to for what I feel like is a bit longer than we should have to wait. No, it's fine. Just chunk out some arts. Thankfully, the enemies in this area are balanced, knowing damn well that the combat is extremely slow early game. I like to just fight literally everything in this area. It's one of very few missable areas in the game. There's nothing exclusive here that you can miss out on, but, you know, might as well get all the treasure chests and experience that you can.
Treasure acquired.
Since they're all here. Have some capitalism going down. You know, just as one does. You know, we went up those stairs, we'll go down these stairs instead. Seems like the cooler thing to do. We can head over this way. We could go straight. We could go down.
I found something.
Found something.
I don't actually remember which way I have to go. I think that is the way to go, right? Oh, because that's the way out. Okay, never mind. Hold on, I'm dumb. Got a little bit lost and confused. Okay. That's why I didn't remember there being a path up there. Because it's the way out.
Okay.
That is Minecraft the way home.
Do with them as I please.
Malos, stop. Stop it. Also, you can just kind of jitter and it resets the little cooldown end lag of your auto attacks. The downside is that it comes at restarting your combo, but sometimes that's faster. Like if you're just looking to build up an art really quickly, some weapons, you know, have faster attacking animations, so on and so forth. Nope, not over. Crap. Nope, wait, hold on. I got this. I got this. Nope. Nope. Wait a minute. Aha!
Okay, bring it on.
How about you?
That part of the ground will always fall.
You did.
But once it falls, there's some enemies to chomp down here.
Don't slow me down.
And we're just gonna. We did it.
I'm still getting stronger.
I'm gonna punch all of these guys.
Don't mind me. Come on. How about you?
Sword bash.
Oh, come on. You did good.
And there we go. And we're gonna end up coming back down here. Don't worry. There's more chests to be acquired, but there's also more enemies to be died. You know, there's that. Hey, I actually landed the kill for once. Wacky.
Okay, time to take you down.
Like I said, I just like killing everything here, getting some extra levels, because, like, I'm gonna just say it, when I said this area is done nicely with the knowledge that early combat is slow, I meant this area, not all early areas.
Let's show him a thing or three.
My weapon is ready.
How about you?
Because, yeah, the next area we're in, is going to be really mean to us if we're not able to kill the early enemies to gain a couple of levels. And, well, we're not going to have an easy time doing that if we don't gain some levels here, given that it's extremely slow and some of them are actually kind of annoying to fight in the super early game. Given that you have healing so infrequently and in such low amounts at this current stage, but that's fine. Just gotta kill some crabs. Gotta collect this treasure chest. As one do. As one do. And that's a little shortcut back to the beginning. Not sure why you wanna do that. But in this case, I will be using it to jump down here because, well,
time to take you down.
I'll do as I
got some more crabs to kill.
Everyone's getting psyched.
Camera angle's a little wacky, and I don't know why.
How's your injuries?
Better if you don't think about it.
Huh. Wacky.
Yeah.
No! I hit it too early. I got this. I am the Crab Slayer! I'm also the Jellyfish Slayer. I don't know. Some wacky mutated jellyfish guy. Oh. Got no clue. He's dead.
You did good.
He's dead.
Let's show him a thing or three.
I got a crab.
I'll do as I please.
Kill the crab. I need to swap sword bash and anchor shot because holy crap, I'm used to having them flipped. That's the thing I have to do. Touch. Man, I like how their high damage hits do as much as my sword bash from behind. It's great. It's good. All right, let me just go in here. Nope, hold on. This. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. All according to cake. Anyway, if we head back over here, but this time come up on the side that had this chest, we can actually get to it now. So that's pretty neat.
You're all mine.
Attack stone, which is a new accessory we didn't have before. I tried to land on the box for style points, but there's no reason not to equip that, given that we have access to. Oh, I was gonna say given that we have access to 2 pouch items, but I guess we have access to 3, and I'm gonna go with the muscle belt for right now. Because that is a tad better at present moment. But we head on over here. If we head on over here, the correct floor panels break to land yourself on these boxes. Get yourself another muscle belt. And, yeah. No. He smacked through the door!
We're done here. Let's go.
How many dawns?
You're really strong. It's actually a bit scary. Okay, time to take you down.
Don't slow me down.
Ha! Yeah! Ha! Yeah!
I'm stronger than this, you know. Much stronger.
How's your injuries?
Better if you don't think about it.
Anchor shot! Ha! Come on!
Ultra slap!
You did. Why not? Why not?
Sword strike!
Yeah! Feeling stronger than before. Let's show him a thing or three.
Don't mind me. Have at you!
Anchor shot!
Have at you!
Okay, bring it on.
Have at you! Have at you!
Everyone's getting psyched.
Eyes ahead.
Stop slacking off!
You're all mine. You're all mine.
I found something.
Found something. Okay, bring it on. Yeah! Ha!
Have at you! Ultra slap! Sword strike!
Okay, time to take you down.
Don't slow me down. Die! Die! Die!
Ha! Anchor shot! Ha!
You did good.
Ha! Yeah!
Ultra slap!
Sword bash! Yeah! Ha! Double
Skyward
spinning
slash!
it!
Hammer!
Everyone's getting psyched.
Obviously.
Pipe down!
You're all mine.
we'll be resuming gameplay in just a moment. I apologize for the brief delay here. Shouldn't be too much longer. Just give me a couple minutes. I need to make sure the dogs are calm and not going to be approximately the volume of a nuclear explosion. Also, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to hit the like button, because it's great to know you enjoy it. It tells me you want more and helps out the stream and channel quite a bit. I don't know why I'm whispering. There's no reason. I just felt like doing it. I thought it would be funnier. It wasn't.
Night falls again.
Okay, well, it seems like the air raid siren dog's volumeness is not happening, so we're good to resume. The timing on that, Chat, I don't think you understand how just completely and utterly glorious the timing there was. I could not have planned that if I tried. My mom had to come grab a hat. And, right as she starts unlocking the door, that enemy starts breaking down the door in-game. So I yelled about him breaking down the door as the door starts opening. And in my head, I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna think I'm talking about her or telling her to stay out or something. She didn't. Or at least she didn't say anything about it. But that... I could not have done that better if I tried, chat. And then, of course, we're early game, so, like, the actual gameplay segments are super short. So I've been sat here for like 5 minutes. But, that's too good. Anyway, let's continue the game. Of course, I'm not going to be unmuted for very long.
Not planning on letting us past, huh? Sounds like a challenge.
Once you walk in here and start this boss fight, you can't go back and get anything you missed. Also, he goes fiend. Behind. Touch, 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 big touch. Touch.
Look at that face.
God, the tutorial screwed my... Hello, friend. Hello, friend. Hello and good day, Mr. Fish, Lobster, Dinosaur thing?
Jin, check this out. There it is. Adam's crest.
Adam's crest. What does that mean?
You. Open this door.
Me?
This door will only open to one of you people.
One of me? What are you talking about?
Hurry up and do it! We're not paying you to ask dumb questions.
What the hell? You can't treat hired hands like that. Now, how do we open this thing? Oh, hey! So that was a release toggle.
Just as I thought.
Wait. There. Open that door too. Let's move.
What is that thing? It's a girl.
Look. Yes, no mistaking it. That's the Aegis.
The Aegis.
Hey, Brat! Don't even think about touching that!
Huh? But why?
Don't take it personally. It's an act of mercy. At least you won't be alive to see what's coming.
What a waste of time.
Jin! Why did you kill him? Why? What did Rex ever do to you? Jin!
Let's ship out the Aegis. Nia, call the Monoceros.
Excuse me?
It's such a mournful sound.
Huh?
It hasn't stopped. Not in all these years.
Hasn't stopped? You mean that bell sound? Is the Praetorium somewhere nearby? Where are we?
This is Elysium. The land where long ago, mankind lived in harmony with their creator. It's where we were born.
Get out! Really? Is that a core crystal? You're a blade.
My name is Pyra.
What? Oh, right. Mine is...
I know you. You're Rex, right?
How did you know my name?
Just now, when we came into contact.
Just now? Sorry. I can't seem to remember how I got here.
You were killed. Stabbed through the heart by Jinn.
Jinn? Through the... I remember now. That bastard stabbed me! Oh, man! This is bad. Everyone in the guild is in danger! No, wait. I can't do anything if I'm dead. Titan's fucked. If I wasn't dead, I'd kick that guy's ass.
Rex, I have a request. Can you take me to Elysium?
Elysium? But isn't that here?
This world is merely a memory. An ancient, half-forgotten memory of what once was. The real Elysium lies in your world. Atop the world tree that rises from the heart of all rest.
Memory? So it's like an illusion. But there's no way. I'm dead, remember? How can I help if I'm not breathing?
I will give you half of my life force. That way, you can be revived. As my driver. As the driver of the Aegis.
The driver? Of the Aegis? What the...
What will you do, Rex?
Is this place really your home?
It is.
And it really exists?
Rex, I know what you're thinking, and you are correct. By coming to this place, you can save the world. Save it from the slow demise that is its fate.
We wouldn't have to live in fear. Then there's only one choice. I'm in. Let's go to Elysium. I'll take you there myself.
Thank you, Rex. Now place your hand on my chest.
What? Are you sure?
Nia, end them.
End? Like what?
The price for their lives has already been paid in full. Now that we have finally obtained the Aegis, the fewer living souls know about it, the better.
I can't do that. These people haven't done anything wrong.
I don't understand you. Now. Have you forgotten why you came here to begin with? Nia?
No, but...
Oh, for the love of... Fine, I'll handle it myself. What the...
Rex?
You and that sword can't be!
It's kinda low to stab a man in the back. You bloody psychopath! Pyra!
Here!
Cover me!
Got it.
Jin, leave him to me. Sorry, kid. I can't let the likes of you just claim her power for yourself. This is as far as it goes.
Yeah! Aegis! Over here! Just leave it out!
Give it a rest, Malos. Can't you see he's just a child?
A child? Don't make me laugh. This kid made himself the Aegis' driver!
The Aegis' driver. Rex is...
Yeah! You are done! Thanks, Pyra.
You're welcome. Now, don't let up!
Yeah! Ha! Ha! Everybody, go now! Quick! Yeah! Malos, here!
I don't think so.
Hey, you bully, over here!
Burning sword!
You rat. How can a nobody like you? Ah, but with those eyes, I guess I should have been more wary from the start.
What do you mean?
Like I tell you.
Everyone likes to meme on that scream of Rex, and I think the funniest part about it, in my opinion, is that it gets reused 3 times. Well, reused twice. But like, I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard, okay?
Why not?
Then again, I've seen that one dub of Dragon Ball Super, so...
What would you have me do?
Anyway, this is where the game explains specials to you. I don't want to mash this menu quite.
Let's do this.
You can cancel your auto attacks or your arts into specials, and they do a bit of extra damage, and that's cool.
Why not?
Another interesting thing to note about canceling... Oops. That's why I didn't want to do it. Another interesting thing to note about canceling your auto attacks into your arts is that the later in your combo you are, the more special gauge you'll get out of it. So doing this, for example, gives me less art charge than if I were to do, say, this. Also, different arts give you different amounts of charge as well. So, just gonna show off you can cancel your auto attacks into specials. You have full movement speed during specials also, so you can reposition yourself for future arts. This really doesn't matter while you're a party of one in this fight, but given that Rex has 2 arts that care about position, that's going to matter when you have more party members. Assuming you're using those arts at least.
You're good, kid. It's no simple feat to control the Aegis like that. However... Don't get cocky, you little shit!
Understood.
What? Get out of the way, Nia! Have you gone mad?
You're the one who's off your nut, wheeling on a child.
Nia, I don't think you quite comprehend your position.
I get it, but...
You're starting to piss me off! Pretty sharp for someone who's only just woken up.
Pyra!
Takes me back to 500 years ago. What's the deal with that appearance? I'm guessing your goal is Elysium.
That is our dream!
Then I have no choice but to stop you!
Watch out! Pyra! You're right.
More or less. Stop this!
Fire! Turn her around! Ready to cannon!
It's no use. They're out of range.
Damn it!
They gave us the slip.
Turn around.
We're not chasing them?
The Aegis is awakened. That's enough for now. I'll have Akos hunt them down.
That'll have to do.
And so, Papunin wisely ran away for dear life.
Wise? Who wise now? You useless idiot! Why can Papunin not even die properly? What if they ask Banner to repay money?
Huh? Die? Repay who?
None of your business. Anyway, tell me where Rex and Blade went.
Rex, Titan, and friends ran away. Went to south of Cyclus Sea. After that, Banner know as much as Papunin. Storm was very thick, so Papunin...
Papunin lose them, yes?
Yes, but...
And then run away like coward?
Yes, but...
Banner not wanting feeble excuses of Papunin! Just get back here! You got lot of work to do! Even pricey insurance Banner take out on Maelstrom go to waste. Still, how interesting. Heading southward from Cyclus Sea. In current season, that likely take them to Gormont. You, girl, get Consul Dougal on the line immediately!
Yes, sir. One moment, please.
Why, if it isn't Chairman Banner! What an unexpected pleasure! May I just say that I admire how you rebranded those broken core crystals? And selling them onto the dunderheads back in Morardain. Absolutely sublime!
Banner did not call to hear pointless flattery. And blabbering about core crystals on unsecured line? Is Dougal some kind of idiot? What if Endor tap our communication?
Oh, of course. I'm very sorry.
Man, forget it. We got bigger fishes to fry.
Oh? What's going on?
Listen up.
Oh, thank goodness. You aren't injured at all, are you?
No, I'm fine, I guess. Where?
I'm not certain. We seem to have washed up on a Titan of some kind.
A Titan?
Where's Gramps? And Nia? We gotta find them! They can't be far!
Okay.
And it is now telling you how leveling up works, and also some menu-y things. So I guess I'll explain those. You can upgrade... Alright, so... Right. We have our blades. This is pretty cool. Currently, we only have one. So it doesn't even have the menu yet. Don't worry, we'll get to that later. But the important thing of note to explain is that each blade's going to have their own unique weapon class, which is why we have all these things. And each class comes with its own set of 4 arts. Don't worry about unlocking them. The only ones you have to unlock are actually these ones. So all is fine. Also, the Aegis sword just has all of the same arts that the sword did before Pyra came along. You just have to rearrange the order again. So, there you go. You get weapon points by battling with your thing. It kind of bothers me that your weapon points don't carry over from the broadsword to the Aegis sword. But, you know, whatever. You can spend points to upgrade your arts. Obviously, we don't have enough, again, because our points didn't carry over from the previous weapon, so be sad. You also have the Affinity Chart, which is not what you may think it is from previous Xenoblade games, but in fact a way to power yourself up more goodly bigly. So, these are all just permanent increases to the way things are. Some of these are stats, some of these are starting with arts at the start of a battle instead of having to wait for their cooldown. And some really nice ones, like extra damage after you cancel your auto attack is pretty crazy. You know, again, stat increases, party gauge for each crit you deliver, extending topple duration, chain attack increasing power. But the really important ones are really, in my opinion, having arts to start a battle with. It makes things really nice. Having the damage after canceling. And then the most important one is being able to cancel a driver art after using driver art. So you can cancel your arts into your arts, so on and so forth, which actually leads to some really funny infinite loops where you can just keep spamming an art. There are only like 3 ways to actually do this consistently, but they're all really funny. To unlock each tier of the Affinity Chart, you've got to unlock a certain amount of things total. So, for this second tier, we have to unlock 2 from the first tier. Then we'll have to unlock 3 more, but they could be from the first or second tier. Like I said, some of the most important ones are pretty easy to get. So, basically, this side of the tree, we're going to just be ignoring for the moment. Since I need to unlock 2 for now, I'm going to increase my agility. And then when I get to 750 skill points, we'll have this, and then I'll be saving all the way up until we get 3,000 on Rex. Each party member, of course, will have their own individual weapon points and Thingle McDingles. So yeah. As for this, it's all the same stuff. So yeah, that's all that.
Treasure acquired.
If we turn around here, we got a chest. Comes with a red thread, which is another accessory. So basically this, that little blue line / yellow line that we have in battle connecting us to Pyra here, if that gets too far, if you go too far away, that line breaks, and then you can't use your specials, and some other stuff doesn't work as good. Actually, how far away are we? Okay. So we have time to do some, we have room to do some of these battles, so we're going to. And you'll notice we're doing quite a bit more damage now that we have Pyra instead of a giant metal stick, basically. So, you know, bit more of an effective weapon. Excuse me. Thank you. What are you, a mosquito bat? The first hit killed him. Nice. This giraffe guy is really annoying to fight. Well, it's just Rex, so I will opt not to fight him, and we'll come back later to fight him.
for sure.
Touch,
My
touch,
goal's exactly.
touch. In fact, actually, I don't think we're leveling up off of any of these fights, so we're just gonna come forward and then come back in a moment. It's Frog! Now the frog is gone!
It is good to see you uninjured, Rex.
How awful.
Hold on. I should have some herbs.
You are kind, but no amount of human medicine would suffice.
But...
Weep not, my boy. This is my fate.
I can't help it. Can I?
No parting is forever. We will surely meet again when the flow of the ether wills it. The days with you were the best I ever had. Until we meet again, Rex.
Gramps. Gramps. Gramps.
I told you not to cry, didn't I, Rex? Rex. Rex.
Gramps.
Rex!
What? Grams? How is that?
It can't be.
Use your eyes. Don't you recognize me?
Well, not really, no.
I am so confused right now.
So you see, by maximizing cellular regeneration to retain all vital bodily functions, I seem to have reverted to a larval stage.
Well, that's quite handy. Must be nice to be a Titan.
This isn't something just any old Titan can do. Only one so advanced as myself. Rex, are you angry?
I'm not. It's more that I didn't want you to see me blubbering like a baby.
Oh, it's okay to be angry.
So, when will you be back to your old self?
Good question. No more than 300 years.
300 years? I'll be long dead by then.
I suppose that's true.
But what about my house? Do I have to live in the streets?
Perhaps this is an opportunity to fly the nest.
You mean pay rent?
Miser boots.
It's a massive extra expense. Still. Glad you're okay, Gramps. Oh, shoot. We can't stand around all day. We have to find Nia.
Nia? You mean that driver and her blade from before?
Yeah. They kind of saved our lives.
I do hope they're all right.
Gramps, do you remember anything?
I remember crashing through many trees before landing here. They probably fell off then.
That's not a whole lot to go on.
Perhaps we would have some luck following the trail of broken trees.
Good thinking, Pyra. Let's go.
By the way, Rex, is that a core crystal I see shining on your chest? Just what happened to you?
I'll tell you later. Right now, we need to find Nia.
Oh! Now this makes a nice change.
He is now very small, and you will fear him. And I can't imagine carrying him in the little helmet there's the best thing to be doing. Gotta be bad for Rex's neck, right? Like there's no way that's not just absolutely awful for his neck.
Why not?
We're still not gaining a lot of experience, so here we get into one of the more interesting mechanics of Xenoblade 2, but it ends up just kind of being tedious when it becomes required for side quests or for story. The couple times that happens. But there's those little digging spots. They all have different kinds of treasure. In the expansion story for this game, you actually can see what types of items you're digging up. There's that little shovel icon is replaced with them. They did not go back in the main game and actually fix that up so you could see that. So, still blind, but the Xenoblade Wiki is a really good guide on what's where and what items you can get, and it's super helpful. It's pretty cool. Here's where we're introduced to the field skill mechanic, everyone's favorite part of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. To screech about the fact that it shouldn't exist. And to be fair, it's not an inherently terrible system, it's just handled in a way that's not super fantastic. Basically, every blade has a bunch of field spells. Field spells? Woo! Master Duel. Every blade has some field skills. They can have a maximum of 3. And they all do different things, and sometimes they're useless, and sometimes they only matter for a mechanic that we're not getting for another, at least till next week. And, it's all kinds of crazy and stupid, and it's not handled great. I can make Pyra just go all over the place by spinning in circles. What if I spin the other way? She spins the opposite direction no matter what I do. Whee! Dude, look at her go! Look at her go! What if I just jiggle? Oh, she's not as funny if I just jiggle. Well, that's unfortunate. But, yeah, field skills are not handled super spectacularly in this game, and it's not super great. Field skills can actually also affect these collection points. If you have a blade with a field skill that matches with the type of items that it drops, say someone with botany on a flower-based area, then, yes, that's an actual field skill, by the way. Then yeah, that'll affect that. There's also one for salvaging, which affects your drop rates for stuff and makes enemies less likely to spawn. All of the fun things that field skills can do. They're implemented in a not terrible way in terms of how they impacted gameplay. Again, outside of the times they end up being mandatory, because yes, there are times field skills you're not guaranteed to have are mandatory to progress. I can think of at least one, and I hate it. I literally spent 10 minutes pulling for commons just to freaking... This game has a gotcha system, and I don't hate it, but I hate the way it's handled. Anyway. Let's head into the cutscene.
What's that sound?
I felt a ripple in the ether. Feels like a driver is using a blade in battle. I'm certain of it.
Let's go.
Okay.
My lady, leave this to me.
I'm not just gonna abandon you, Joma.
What? We're here to help. Mia!
Rex! What are you doing here?
My lady, now's our chance. Let's attack.
All right then.
Frog. So here is where we get Nia slapped into the party.
Give the word and I will unleash my fire.
So after this battle, after we win this battle, we will actually be able to play as Nia. So gonna be able to show that off. The game wants us to do some art stuff. So if you'll remember when we were fighting Malos, when we used a level 1 art and then a level 2 art, we had a little fire chain going on. This is called the Blade Combo. If you do all 3 stages, cool stuff happens. But whatever one you end on is going to be an element that that enemy will resist for the rest of the battle, or until the orb is broken in a chain attack, which we unironically, we just will not have access to this week, and I don't actually know if we will next week. I think we'll get access to it next week.
Rolling smash! Why not? Eagle eye! Anchor shot! Let us make use of it now. Everyone's getting silent.
Not every, also yeah, every blade has an element, and this is kind of how this works with blade combos, right? Not every element can triple into itself like fire can, so that's a thing to keep in mind.
So why you guys even... Well, I guess that's a stupid question.
Indeed.
Seriously, it's good to see you. And you're all right.
Right back at you. Hey, by the way, what happened to the big guy who saved us? The Titan.
Are you talking about me?
Wait, what? How?
That's sort of a long story. Let's get somewhere we can rest. I'll tell you all about it then.
That seems prudent. My lady?
Sure. Lead the way. I see. So you two are off to Elysium. Listen, I never thanked you properly. For saving us, I mean. Dromark said that you carried us all the way here.
We owe you our lives, Titan.
No need to thank me. After all, you were the ones who saved Rex.
Don't mention it. So, you Titans can regenerate. Pretty handy.
This isn't something just any old Titan can...
You can retire that line now.
Excuse me. I'd like less of that attitude. If you had listened to me and declined that reckless job to begin with, we wouldn't be in this mess. Take a nap, you said. Like I was some kind of doddery old man.
Okay, I get it. I'm a terrible disappointment. Look how sorry I am.
Can you not muster even a shred of sincere remorse?
Sorry, but I can't.
What?
If I hadn't taken the job, they'd have got their hands on Pyra.
Rex.
I couldn't let that happen. No way. They can never take her.
Hello there. Still awake, I see.
I can't seem to sleep. It's good to see you again, Azurda.
Likewise. Though you've changed a lot since last we met, Pyra.
I suppose I have. A lot's happened.
Yes, it has. I wanted to thank you for saving my dear Rex. And I need to know what you told him. Is that what you really intend?
Yes. It is my true desire.
I see. Well, that's good enough. I have no reason to doubt you, Pyra.
That said, I do have one other goal now.
Jin and Malos.
I cannot allow them to continue with their current course.
The fate of an Aegis never changes.
Right.
And you're going to get Rex mixed up in this? I'm not blaming you. No matter how hard you tried, that boy would find some way to get involved. I see half your core is missing. Seems you've taken on quite a burden.
Azurda,
Promise me you'll take care of Rex?
I will.
Right then. We should probably try and find a town or something. Does anyone have any idea where we are?
This is Gormott, a province of the Ardanian Empire. You must have seen the Gormott Titan before.
Yeah. Only from a distance, though.
We're somewhere around its belly.
So, this is Gormott, huh? Hang on a second. Nia, your ears. Are you Gormotti?
Well done, genius. Took you long enough.
Gormott is the land of my lady's birth.
Wow. Well, that's reassuring.
If we want to find a town, the first step is to get out of this forest. Keep heading up, and we'll hit the plain soon. The town's that way.
Brilliant. Let's get going.
So one detail that I really like about this game, at least about its dub in particular, is that characters from different parts of the world have different accents that are consistent among characters from each part of the world. So, characters from Gormott, like Nia here, have all the same accent. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna do... Yeah, that's fine. That's how I like to keep it. So, Nia and Jeromark. So one thing I want to get into, real quick, is that the blades are the ones that are designated with roles in this game rather than the characters themselves. So Jeromark here is a healer and Pyra is an attacker. There's also tanks. We won't be getting one of those for a little bit. But we should be getting there this week, as long as I'm able to, you know, play long enough to get there.
I'm with you, Nia.
I actually might not, because, like, this game kind of takes a while to give you all of your stuff. But Nia's biggest issue early game is that all of her arts with Jeromark take, like, 7 billion years to charge. Thankfully, early game enemies are pretty easy to kill, assuming they're not, you know, some of the higher level you have access to.
Full steam ahead.
Like if we were to go back and fight that giraffe guy, like I'm going to as soon as we get another landmark to skip travel to, then that would be really, really nice and interesting to show stuff off. But yeah, Nia's got Jeromark here, and together they are Healer Supreme, and they're not actually fantastic. The thing about healer blades in this game is that a lot of them in practice end up not being fantastic. Quite a few of them aren't so bad, but a lot of times when you're actually dealing with, like, good setups, you're either ending games quickly enough that you don't need a dedicated healer, or you have enough healing coming from non-dedicated healers. Also, sometimes field skills will be required to get certain chests available, so, you know, there's that. But, yeah, healers don't end up being the most fantastic class available. But, there are a few really solid healer class blades, and some that, while not known for their healing, are actually still okay enough at it. We'll get into it a little bit later, but one of the best healer blades, actually, I take it back, the two best healer blades are good because of their damage output, but they're also very solid overall at, like, being actual supportive blades. They put out decent healing, and one of them provides support beyond healing, and it's just kind of wacky, kind of crazy, kind of spicy. Unfortunately, that one's only available through ludicrous circumstances that I
Give it to
will eventually be showing
For
off,
our
but
heels
like,
and aching
I mean, I've technically done it on the channel before. But, yeah. We'll get into all that later. Also, I will be using DLC in this playthrough because there's no reason not to, but I'm waiting to collect all of it until we have access to the gacha system, at which point we will be able to do the thing. With some of the things. Because we can't even collect some of the things yet until after we have the gacha system. So. Also, one important distinction between Xenoblade 1 and 2 is that, in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, there would be parts of the story where, for story reasons, you couldn't fast travel or couldn't fast travel to certain areas. Unless an area has become completely inaccessible in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, this is never the case. There's good reason for this, though, as in Xenoblade 1, this would normally only last short periods of time important to the story, whereas in Xenoblade 2, you spend the large majority of the game, story-wise, not being able to go revisit places. So, right now, I could skip travel back to Argentum if I wanted to, despite the fact that I really don't have a way to get there, and it doesn't make any goddamn sense at all. This will happen several times throughout the game, but it does make sense from a gameplay perspective, even if not quite from a lore perspective. Anyway, please give me another landmark to work with here.
Goodness, what a wonderful view.
Spectacular indeed.
Yeah, this is great. Especially after slumming it on Gramps' back for so long.
It served you well enough.
Over there, that's Torikoth, biggest city in Gormont. I'll accompany you as far as the city. After that, I'm afraid you're on your own.
Oh, on our own?
Of course. I would have thought even you know why I can't be seen with you.
Because you're supposed to be one of them.
I haven't known them very long. But you know, they're still my crew.
Your crew? Even after they tried to kill you?
That's as may be. But they're the closest thing I have to a family.
Nia?
Right, let's go.
And we now have the time changing menu, but that's not important. So first off, like I said, I could go back to Argentum if I really wanted to, but nah, I'm not gonna go back there just yet. So we're gonna head to the lower level and go all the way back to the start, since we can now come back to this landmark anytime we want.
So, shall we?
There are a lot of enemies on that pathway that are going to be just a few levels above us, but also just as many enemies that are like level 4 bajillion. So, we're just going to take on some of the higher level enemies here. Higher level, of course, meaning 7 to 8. I think there are some 8s here. 7 might actually be the highest, but the rest of them, if they come to me, they come to me. If not, well, who cares? Yeah, the biggest issue with Nia early game being as this slow is that she's kind of just a bad damage dealer because either you're not effective at doing your healing with her, or your fights are ending too early, and it's not great. And due to not having a tank, you are either going to have the aggro on your damage dealer, or on your frickin' healer, and neither of those are working. Unless, of course, you just have a team that's inherently tanky enough and also can not die good. Also, Dromark's specials aren't particularly fantastic either, so that's not great. But the giraffe is easy to take on once you're actually dealing with having a party of, not one. So we're going to take on some of these level 6s and see if we can snag an extra little level here before we move on. See if we can show off anything Nia and Dromark here can do. Doesn't look like anything special's really going to happen. Arts charge so slow, man. I'll do it another muscle belt.
I'm counting on you.
The way aggro works, if you're wondering, by the way, is that if you damage an enemy or heal a teammate, enemies will get a certain amount of aggro to you for the action based on how much damage and how much healing. And then if they punch you, the aggro decreases. We go swing. And whoever has the most aggro is who any given enemy will attack. You can see who has aggro from which enemies by this red circle with those orange triangles. The circle tells you that something has aggro. The orange triangle points from that enemy to you. Also, what is electric skin supposed to mean? That is a horrifying sentence. Anyway, we're actually going to get not one, but 2 arts in, along with a special, but we're never going to need to heal, and then it's going to end before I have another art charged. Again, Nia's just kind of bad damage dealer at this point. Tragically. Tragically.
That is what I am here.
And I guess I'm just going to walk the whole way back to fight whatever 6s and 7s are along the way. I know he's not good, but Nia Dromark is actually one of my favorite combos. Characters. I mean, he's just playing as, Nia. Like, yeah. But like, Rex Pyra and Nia Dromark is one of my favorite setups to use on these two, even when I have access to other blades. I know they're not great, but they're fun. I enjoy using them. But currently, when we're this slow, can't go art into art, Dromark's cooldowns with Nia are just ass long. Yeah, it's not the best experience. Like I said, I'm pretty much just going to walk this whole path again. Oh, I appear to have lost some frames somewhere along the way. Oh dear. Okay, I hope that's fine.
Will we have the advantage?
Looks like it's fine now.
See you on the other side.
Nope, we're losing tons of frames. Oh my goodness, OBS. Why are you having a stroke? And I don't mean the golf thing. Or the smart thing.
I'll think about it next time.
People might look at you funny though, so watch out.
I think we're fine now. I like how I'm literally just staring at my lost frames count, and I use Dromark so much, even though he's terrible, that I just know by sound when to do my movement to reset my end lag. It's fantastic. I love it. It's good. I've never played this game before in my life. I don't have a stupid amount of time in this game. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Will we have the advantage?
I actually wonder how much time I do have in this game. I know it's a stupid amount on my main file alone. I think I have like 2 level 7s, and we're probably good to go. So we'll start by murdering a bunny.
I'll be fine. Offense is the best defense, right?
Not a fire bun though, so we're allowed to do it. And yeet! Although if it were a fire bun, I'd be super effective. That's not actually a mechanic in this game, but you know. So I'm not still dropping frames, but YouTube on my phone here is being real uncooperative. And if you don't know why I have the stream open on my phone, it's because I'd like to make sure that stream is working, and also it's the easiest way for me to read chat in these streams, given that I am either looking more than 90 degrees away from my computer screen, or, despite the fact I don't play in full screen, I do still play with windows that are big enough that I can't see the OBS chat plugin. And then OBS itself is also covering YouTube chat, which is actually about the same width, so still can't see that either. I think there were some enemies up here that were high enough level that we should be able to just kind of bully them, right? Maybe? Maybe? Okay, that's not what I meant, but this is our first instance of a unique monster. These are like regular guys, but chunkier. If you remember the Tyrant explanation from last week, it's literally the same thing. Also, that guy's level 20, so that's also doubly no good, you know? Well, you know what they say. Sometimes in life, it's like if you had a donut. Sometimes it's like you're running away from a level 20 giraffe because you're only level 7. God, I'm so excited for Xenoblade 3. We got the weird camera angle again. Also, it's the Crawler Caterpile, but it's spelled with a C, so I don't feel bad about killing it. Spine is best boy.
Will we have the advantage?
Ready for action. Watch out.
Spine is best character in the World Legacy lore. Man broke free of the hive mind, okay?
That was a nice change of pace.
I like how the Crawler hive mind is basically like the Changeling hive mind. Yeah, it's a hive mind, but like they seem like they're their own people. They can break free of the hive mind if they try hard enough. They just don't. Except Spine. He does. Because he's a cool dude.
Put more thought to your defense next time.
I'll be fine.
Okay, fine! Frickin' spider assholes.
Am I bad?
They're only level 5. They're not like threatening or anything. They don't give me a good amount of experience. They just annoy me.
I hope it is something good.
And then we add down on this side, we got some chunky coinage. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We also got a core chip there. I mashed A through the tutorial that explains this, but core chips are a way to customize your blades. There are a few ways to do this. Core chips, aux cores, and the Affinity Chart. Blades Affinity Charts work a little differently from the driver Affinity Charts.
Leave it to me.
Instead of being something you put points into, it's a little thing where to get the upgrades for the stuff that's there, all you gotta do is do whatever is written on the thing. So if you have one that says, I don't know, kill 5 clap bunnets in Gormott, all you gotta do is kill 5 of these guys, and then you get whatever's written on there. Pretty heckin' spicy. As for aux cores and core chips, they're both just things you can equip to your blades. Core chips are permanently consumed if you put them on one of your blades, and aux cores can be rotated on and off permanently. Aux cores have a bit more to them in terms of how you obtain them, but basically you get them and they're unrefined, and then you have to go refine them. Very similar to how you know, crystals and gems and whatnot in Xenoblade 1 worked, actually. Quite similar indeed. Different blades have different amount of aux core slots. I don't know why they didn't just give everyone 3. But they range from 1 to 3. And then, yeah, core chips are consumed permanently upon use. I think I already said that, but in case I didn't. Goddamn spitter! And, yeah. Core chips are just available in shops in most areas that have shops. But a lot of the times you get there, they're gonna be worse than what enemies are dropping up to that point. So, unless you've been really unlucky with enemy drops, you're not particularly gonna need them. I think this goes without saying, but the best core chips are obviously post-game. The 2 best core chips being dropped by super bosses. So, you know, have fun with that. They can also all be acquired through the challenge mode in DLC. So that's also a thing. But the drop rates are actually much lower on that. And I believe the strats that get there, that get you there to those drops are a little hard. Anyway, time to make actual progress, like 10 minutes after we've gotten here. Trust is a mechanic. Play the game with your blades equipped to party members. Again, for a little while, Mia's only going to have Dromark, and Rex is only going to have Pyra. But once we get more going, that'll be a thing. Your trust just kind of increases by doing stuff. Mostly combat stuff. Here we're going to be introduced to an area that I actually kind of wish we got to see during the day first, but it's still really pretty at night, especially with all the ether particles going around. Or maybe those are fireflies. I don't know. I don't know, man, but look at this area. It's so chunky. Right off the bat, we can see some more level 7 enemies. We can see a level 8 guy here, a level 12 unique monster we could choose to take on. We're going to choose to not do that. We will take on this giant wolf thing. See if we can actually get some use out of my Healy bits. Into that HP potion. Not super helpful. Damn it, I missed. Okay, well that's fine. Damn it, I missed the cancel. I hate getting cancels on, Really? 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 Excuse me? Excuse me?
You're picking a fight with us?
Excuse me? You're joking! I hate this game, and I want to go home.
Just what I was thinking. Rolling smash.
We're gonna go for a Healy bit. Getting cancels is really hard to get used to doing on arts that don't have a clear point where they go. Generally, with heal arts like Healing Halo, it's gonna be around right when you get the number for how much healing it does. Like this. I screwed it up the first time, but I got it times number 2 and 3. And given that those are the only ones the game wanted to count, I mean, hey, game just wanted to give me a time to do it every time in the same fight, you know? Also, Break Topple is once again back, but it now has some crazy wacky extensions that aren't dazed. So that's pretty spicy, I guess. We're not going to get to see any of those for a while. In fact, the farthest we can go for right now is Break, and it's quite possibly not going to be today that we actually reach the point where we have access to a Topple art. I'm going to be honest, I don't like doing a lot of fighting in the early areas here. Once we have access to... if something aggroes onto me, I will fight it. Oh, wait, why was I locked onto that guy if another guy was aggroed onto me? I'm scared and confused and I want to go home and I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Kind of stuck here.
So this area likes to cheap shot you a lot.
Proper next time, I swear.
Be wary not to push.
This is my least favorite first area in a Xenoblade game. So far, at least. And I really hope 3 doesn't manage to have one that I like even less than this. Yeah. This area cheap shots you with enemies you can't see a lot, and they're like around your level, which means that they're gonna deal chunks of damage, and while your weapon's not out, I think they do extra damage. They certainly seem to. And so you just kind of get cheap shotted and die, on top of the fact that if I could actually make it far enough to show you this, there is one thing I'd like to show you that, well, if you're familiar with Xenoblade, you already know what I'm talking about. You already know about the big boy. I'm actually going to head over this way. Bird is level 75, by the way. But we're going to get this Way Tree landmark. If we were speedrunning, we'd actually also want to head over there in that direction and get a landmark, but I don't terribly mind not having that yet. And, yeah. As in every Xenoblade game, the monkey. The monkey. Level 81 unique monster, giant monkey man. He will one-shot you. My first time through the area, I happened to try walking through his path. Don't go left when you're coming through this area. Don't go that way. He will punch you. He'll do it. With no regrets. And it's actually also slightly longer. And, he's actually a really good way of level grinding later on. Because once you have New Game Plus, you can actually downgrade your levels in the inns. Spoiler, there's New Game Plus. Yeah, so, you know, that's cool. You can just downgrade your level in an inn, go back to him, and level yourself down like 5 levels, set your difficulty to custom, make it super easy, and then set up stupid chain attacks by giving him massive amounts of health and making him not deal much damage. And it's great, cheap level grinding if you want to do it. It's really fun and satisfying to do, so it's a fun way to do it, but we won't have access to that till New Game Plus. Oh heck, I thought this was a voiced cutscene. Ah yes, this is a tutorial given by the characters. Basically, this is a mechanic that actually matters for gameplay like 5 times throughout the entire game, and I think that only 1 is story relevant. So, yeah. The Cloud Sea rises and falls, which will determine when certain things are and aren't available in certain areas, or certain entire small areas will be cut off. Like I said, this literally matters like a handful of times, period, and only 1 is required. I do think I'm going to end pretty soon. I feel like we haven't gotten very far, but I have been live for 2.5 hours. Xenoblade 2 is kind of a slow start, despite the fact that story-wise, we just kind of dove right in. It's kind of weird how it has the slowest gameplay start, but the quickest story start. Kinda wacky.
Hey, look what I found!
So, this is Torgoth.
It hasn't changed a bit. Nia? It's nothing. Okay then. I'll show you to an inn. Then I'm out of here. What the bloody hell is this? Don't tell me this is meant to be me.
A remarkable likeness, to say the least.
Oi, did you see something?
No. I fear they may have conflated our countenances, my lady. How very awful.
Fi, who has the courage to heed the Empire's call? Your strong heart today will build a strong, more ordained tomorrow. Of course, you get more than a salary. Pension and benefits are included. Distinguish yourself, and you could even join the nobility. For the glory of the Ardanian Empire and His Majesty, Emperor to be the hero of tomorrow!
What's the deal over there?
Driver recruitment.
Driver recruitment?
Recently, they've been recruiting drivers from all over.
The pool of potentials is ever shrinking. They must have run out of candidates in the military.
What do you mean by potentials? I'm not sure I follow.
Just see for yourself.
Don't do it, bro. It's too dangerous.
What will we do if something happens to you? Or look after us? Please.
I know it's dangerous, but if I can become a driver.
Out of the way, pipsqueak. Go. All right. Come on, Blade Boyo. Show me what you got.
Yeah, he's done for.
Indeed.
Oh-ho! All bark and no bite! What a shame!
Oh, what just happened? All that blood.
Couldn't handle the core crystal's power.
That's what happens when someone unqualified touches a core crystal. Truly lamentable.
Wait, you need a qualification to be a driver?
Perhaps aptitude would be a better word.
Aptitude?
No! Is there nobody else here ready to test their strength for the glory of the Empire? Oh, how about you? What say you? Step forward, sir, with bold heart!
Don't worry. Your big bro's gonna be a driver. And then we'll be set for life.
Don't do it!
There's your aptitude.
I did it!
You did it! I don't believe it!
The core crystal turned into a weapon?
That is how blades are born, Rex.
What? But when I touched Pyra's...
She's a special case. Pyra's the Aegis, remember? So the usual rules don't apply. All that business with sharing her life force, it's not exactly normal.
Wait, what does the Aegis even mean? Jin and Malos, they called her that too.
Dunno. All I know is that it's some kind of legendary blade. Why don't you just ask her yourself? Let's go. No point sticking around for the enrollment ceremony and all that boring stuff.
Law. This is basically just explaining that buying and selling things... Okay. Buying things, selling things, doing side quests, all that stuff. It raises your... Basically, it's your area affinity, but it's not called that. And the higher it is, the cheaper things get. So, you know, it's pretty cool. Basically, once you've maxed out your affinity with a location, you can just buy things. Things are at the same price as they sell for when you're max affinity. So you can just buy something in one place, sell it in another. Buying gives you more affinity, but yeah, it's a great way to just cheese that as well. You can do that if you want. We're actually not gonna do a whole lot of shopping here. Not a lot to do. We're just gonna schmoove on. And I think I actually have an idea of where I want to wrap up. Probably right around after this next story segment, given that we've been live for almost 3 hours. So let's head on into this.
This whole thing with core crystals, touching them to create blades. It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
We blades start out formless, anchored to the world only by our core crystal. Only the touch of a potential can imbue us with form and being, and it is by those forms we come to be known.
So you see, my boy, in some ways it is only the fated touch of a driver that allows the blades to exist at all.
Wow. Why does it happen that way, though?
Now, that is something no one knows. It's just how it's always been.
Blades come in all shapes and sizes. Some human-shaped, some not.
Some people say the shape depends on the kind of person the driver is.
The resonance between blade and driver is a mysterious thing.
Pyra, she was crying when I met her. Was she brought to life by someone once? Just like a normal blade? What is the Aegis? Really?
Halt! Nobody move.
Oh dear. Looks like Imperial troops.
Great.
Hey, what's going on?
That fugitive in your company is an enemy of the state, a member of Torna.
Nia? A member of Torna?
It's her, all right. Gormoti driver, white beast form blade. She looks exactly like the wanted poster.
What wanted poster?
See for yourself.
Wow, it really does.
Oi, watch it.
I mean, no way. This doesn't look anything like. Wait, we've got no time for this. Who cares if it looks just like her?
Now, as for you, you look like a driver too. Registration number?
539?
Knock it off, you fool. All new drivers must register with Indol. No number means you must be an illegal, unregistered driver.
No, you don't get it.
You're coming with me. We'll see what the consul has to say about this.
Rex, Dromark and I are gonna make a move. Get ready to run.
We're not leaving without you.
This is our problem, not yours.
I'm pretty sure he wants to arrest all of us. So this is my problem too.
Sheesh, you're a stubborn one, aren't you?
Gramps says the same thing.
Okay, we go on 3. We'll go left, you go right.
Okay.
Just give the word. Okay, let's do this.
You're going to resist? Seriously?
1, 2.
All right, men. We've got them outnumbered. Move in and take them down.
3.
And gamer time.
Just do what we always do.
I'll handle it.
I already know about canceling attacks, you absolute balloon! Which is like being an absolute buffoon, but wrong! Oh boy, here we go. Yeet! God, it's no healing at all. Goodbye, world.
Oh no, you don't.
Goodbye, world.
Kind of stuck.
Well, good. Good.
I'll bash you up proper
Wonderful.
next time, I swear.
Be wary not to push
Yeah,
yourself too
we're just gonna, hey, nice 777. We're just gonna do that. I guess we'll upgrade that, because that'll technically heal more often. Most weapon classes, by the way, all of your arts max out at level 5. Most weapon classes at levels 3 and 5 will take a hit off the recharge counter, so that's cool. And I would also like to just quickly throw this on Nia, because she probably needs it a bit more. And then also do that. And then we have a poopy one of these for this. And then there we go. And then that is slightly better. And that should help a little bit. Oh, so we have Nia's Affinity Chart. Things are in slightly different locations. This one's really convenient because this is, of course, the one you want to go for. But also, we want to get this one.
Hey, we didn't do half bad.
Plus, increasing the Ether stat is important because Ether is where all of your Heliarts come from. So, yeah. You know. Pretty nice. And then also, I'm going to switch to Rex because that's probably going to make life slightly easier. Probably. We're also gonna, because I didn't do this yet, we have 2 Fang chips. We're just gonna chuck them on both. And there we go. Cord chips change the appearance of your weapon as well, with a handful of exceptions. It would be really cool if there was a way to toggle that, but there's not. Some of the late game chips do actually use default appearance.
Let's show him a thing or three.
I guess that's a thing. I guess we'll focus on, I guess I won't get a choice on who to focus on, will I?
Focusing on target.
Oh well. Oh, I'm not behind him anymore. Nice. Of course, now that I'm throwing out the potions, we're just gonna chunk them straight onto Nia. Great, alright. Smack them with an AoE attack and start ripping out those specials like a true gamer. Nia's gonna grab that HP potion. And we're gonna miss. Gaming! See, this is going much better now that I'm controlling Rex. Oh wait, hold on. Focus on this one. Don't forget! Yes! See, it's much easier when you play as Rex. I know I'm on the side, but this gets me on my special, which gets us out of the fight!
They're so strong! Such strength from a measly 2 fighters. Their drivers are right.
Rex, no!
You got it. A wall made of fire.
Such a commotion. Just when I thought I could enjoy a little peace and quiet.
Lady Bridget.
Bridget? Is she a blade? Where's her driver?
My driver is otherwise engaged at present. I am here alone.
No driver?
Lady Bridget is the jewel of Moranton, the strongest blade in the Empire. Even alone, she's more than a match. Lady Bridget, these miscreants are terrorists working for Thorn. Please lend me your power to bring them to justice.
That emerald core crystal. Could it really be true? Well, Captain Padre, you are not to kill them. Take these ones in a line.
Roger. Men, bring the you-know-what up!
And now... Well, they've decided to fight fire with fire, haven't they? But their fire's cooler because it's blue. But not actually, because pyro's cooler. Let's make sure we're focusing on her.
Everyone's getting sight.
We're on a roll now.
Anchor shot.
Gonna lock the anchor shot out.
I like
Get the double potions. Love to see it. Okay, stop running away from me, you dick. Yes, I know how blade combos work. I can't mash through this because I don't want to fire off an art accidentally. Oh god, she's looking at me. Oh god, no. Don't look at me. I don't have the HP right now. I gave Nia, like, all of the HP I could. Keeping an eye on that meter in the top right of the enemy's health bar. Because that determines when you can continue the blade combo, and that gets shorter by each stage. So if you time it right, you can get that second stage done with enough time remaining to get your third one in. And just like that, kaboom. Nia's gonna go for a lot more healing than we had before, presumably due to the ether raise as well as the upgrade to her healing art. Nia, please grab that. Yes! Bridget's down, now it's just Padraig. This should be much, much easier now. And down he goes, completing the boss fight.
What? She repelled our attack.
She's so strong.
And this is without a driver.
Stop yammering. Just get it.
This is an Ethernet. Let's see you use your precious arts when you can't draw ether from the atmosphere.
Even blades have weaknesses. This is one such weakness. Without the flow of ether, blades are quite useless.
Nia, drum up!
Get out of here, Rex! Save yourself!
I'm not gonna do that. I can't just leave you here.
You've got your own mission, just move it!
Yeah, but...
No bets, go!
Rex, we must withdraw for now. It's our only chance.
But...
You won't escape.
Rex! Damn it!
Water!
No! Burning sword! Pyra!
Yes!
Don't let them escape! Get after them!
That's right, Rex. Run and never look back.
To pull that off despite all this water. So, the legends of the Aegis were real.
Hey! Hey! This way! Friends! Come this way! Tora help you escape!
Who are you?
Quick! No time for explain!
Thanks. You saved us. But I gotta ask, why?
No reason.
No reason.
Sorry, that not true. Truth is, Tora not like those big bully soldiers. Was thinking to test out shiny new boom biter on big bullies. That's when Tora see friends running from them. Boom biter missed and hit water pipe, but results not so bad, hey?
Oh. So you shot the pipe.
That right.
And you're Tora. I'm Rex. And this is Pyra.
It's so lovely to meet you.
Good to meeting.
Huh?
Actually, Tora have have other reason for save you.
Which is?
Don't worry, explain everything when get to House of Torah. This way!
The boy and his blade, who seemed to be working with them, got away. But we apprehended the girl from the wanted poster along with her blade. The town is once again safe for...
Say, Podrick, do you remember what my orders were?
Sir?
I told you to capture the blade with the Emerald Core Crystal, did I not? Do you recall me ever telling you to capture some little girl with barely a bounty on her head?
But, sir, she's a member of Torna.
I'll say it slowly for you, just so we're clear. Get the blade with the emerald.
Consul Dougal, sir. What color emerald is supposed to be?
Oh, give me strength! It's green, you idiot! Emerald is green! Like this! Green! Get it, ya clod?
Oh, green! I get it now. So, emeralds are green. Huh.
You dunderhead! How many blades do you see with green core crystals? It's patently obvious. How do you mix that blade up with some worthless cat monster?
Actually, sir, technically I believe that's a tiger, rather than a...
Silence!
Consul!
What is it? Haven't you heard of knocking?
My apologies, sir. It's just that Lady Morag has...
What?
Special Inquisitor Morag has just arrived from the Motherland.
Already?
Her ship has just docked.
This cannot be happening!
You live down here?
This just back door. Front entrance over there.
Makes sense. Whoa! Is that the cloud sea down there? We're so high up.
Nice view, eh? Tora likes to just sit and watch cloud sea sometimes.
You have a wonderful home.
Anyway, Rex. Rex. Tora, explain other reason I help you. You see, Tora always wanted to make driver friends.
Ah, interested in drivers, are you?
But of course. Tora think it's amazing how driver and blade join spirits together to make big power. Tora really want to be sidekick of Rex.
You know my name is just Rex, right? One Rex, not two.
What is point?
Well, nothing, I guess. It just sounds a bit different from what I'm used to.
Double name just show Tora's respect. Respect for great driver. Rex should be proud.
I'm not sure I've earned all that yet. Oh, all right. You can call me Rex if it makes you happy. But instead of all this sidekick stuff, can't we just be friends?
Really? Tora will be friend of Rex Rex? Hooray!
What a funny little guy. Hey, Tora, do you know much about this town?
Huh?
You wouldn't happen to know where the army takes prisoners, would you?
Rex, you're not planning to...
We have to save Nier and Dromark.
I thought you'd say that.
Oh, you talk about Driver and Blade who were with Rex Rex before Tora's daring rescue.
Yeah.
Meh. Tora would have to ask around town for info like that. Before we do anything, time for food! All of today's running around make Tora hungry. Need food to help Rex Rex.
I'm a little peckish too.
Can't we eat later? I want to find Nier and Dromark as soon as possible.
Stomach of Rex Rex tell different story.
I can't help it, can I?
If it's all right with everyone, I could cook something.
Pyra, I didn't know you could cook.
Well, as long as fire is involved, I can do almost anything. Fry, steam, grill, you name it.
Whoa!
If you want ice cream, though, you might have to find someone else.
Well, you can't have everything.
So, I love how the lighting there just starts way too dim for no reason. So, yeah, there's a cooking mechanic, which is another way to acquire pouch items. So, you know. We're gonna get the items for this. But we're going to get thrown into more cutscenes as soon as we do this. And I've been live for just over 3 hours. So I think we're actually going to wrap up here and come back to this next week. Well, not next week, but next time. Might be next week. I'm still not sure what I'm streaming for next Friday. We'll figure it out when we get there. So yeah, thank you all so much for coming out. We're gonna see who else is live and head out on a heckin' raid, gamers. So let's see who all is live. Only a handful of options. But I see plenty of options that I think we haven't raided in quite some time. And you guys know I like to vary up who we send our support on over to. So, thank you all so much for watching, coming out to the stream, and showing support. We're going to head on over to this link with the hashtag ThonkRaid, and I will see you in whatever the hell you watch mine next. Again, as always, be sure to drop a like, show some support on the channel we raid, as always. And see you all whenever the cheeseburger is no longer made of melons.